back. We're just leaving the job site out there. I got them boys rolling on the trenching. We got a big load of equipment on its way out to the ranch. Clayton's gonna get the skid steer with the bucket and some forks from out there and bring it back over to us. He's also gonna go and pick up that PVC pipe that I just bought and bring everything back to the site. And we should be rocking and rolling. We're gonna be trenching and laying pipe, and we get all that pipe laid all the way through that guy's yard, which I'll show you when we get back. We want to get him get all his stuff done today. That way we're not fighting it. And once we get across the fence line, we'll be able to do whatever we want. But I just left, and now I'm going to look at a fabrication job for one of our clients here in Bakersfield. They have a bunch of health care facilities, and it's actually working directly for the county. We've done a lot of work for him over the last several years, and he just called me out of the blue, and he wants some metal cages fabricated for under his stairwells, and then he wants some protectors made for his for some water, something to do with water on the side of the building. So we're gonna go take a look at that. We'll show you guys what we're looking at. Hopefully we can parlay the day, and we're gonna turn that trade. You know, like I said, the clock is ticking on that, but I think we're doing pretty good so far. We're in a race against time to get, everything done as fast as we can for as cheap as we can to make this trade end up panning out. But now while they're working, I'm gonna go look at another job, and hopefully I'll be able to come up with some pricing quickly and get an approval, and I'll be able to be doing something else. Mike won't need to be out there, so once I figure out if we can get this done or not, I'll have Mike peel off, go get the material, and typically on something small like this, it's a really quick approval. I could probably actually give him a verbal right there on site, and he'll probably tell me yes or no. And then if he says yes, I will go straight over to the material house and get all the steel ordered. So everything's ordered, and then we can probably pick all that up and take it over to Mike's shop, and I'll let Mike do it as a side job. He can just tell me, I'll do it for $500 or whatever he wants. He'll get his money. I'll get a little bit off the top, and that's how business is done. So let's go check this metal fabrication stuff out. All right, here we are at the building. We've done a ton of work in this building, remodeled a bunch of offices, all kinds of stuff. These guys have been a good client for us, so we're gonna go see what he needs here. All right, so we're here with Anthony at KHS, and this is what we've got. Got this stairwell here. It's got this guardrail right here. So what we're wanting to do is this is not quite flush with the wall, so we're wanting to kind of stay in flush with the stair stringer here. And we're gonna enclose this whole area, and then we're gonna put a kind of like a metal cage with some grate on the back, right? Or something, you can see through it, but you can't get through it. Yeah, perforated. Mm-hmm. So that will go pretty much in line with this and this. And we will build it up, and we may go back with a lid that ties into this, right? So the height would be here, or we go straight up all the way.
No, I don't necessarily think we need that. I mean, even if it's just, let's say if you stop it right here and come across, that'd be fine, I think.
Okay, so you don't mind having a crawl, like.
I just want to,
Okay, all right.
Just keep, the regular.
All right, so we're looking at the dimensions here. It's roughly 6 foot this way, 5 foot that way. We're gonna build some framing that we can attach some screen to the back of. Right here will be a door, and it's gonna swing out this way. And this header height here is gonna plane in with that. We don't wanna go any higher than that. So whatever we get for the door, even if we buy a prefab door, what we might end up doing is cutting the bottom off and putting it back on so that we maintain that height. It's gonna be kind of short.
Yeah.
All right, so.
But we'll give you the handle for this because we put our core in it.
Okay.
And we'll give you the paint because we gotta find the paint for that.
Got it. Yeah, you have that color and all that.
Yeah.
So you can give us the paint, we'll paint it. So this one here is gonna be, it's roughly 6 foot wide. We're gonna cut this out. We're gonna come back to that vertical there and kind of maintain that height. Might be somewhere right in that height and just straight across. And then this is going to be a door somewhere in here, and it's gonna open, swing out towards the wall. And that'll create another secured area back here. So we got 2 stairwells to do. All right, we're out front and we've got this, and it gets tampered with. So we're gonna build a tamper-proof cage. We're gonna have 4 footings, verticals. It's gonna be a rectangular structure. We've talked about opening this way, opening that way. That's kind of what we think we're gonna do. We're not sure, but it'll be something along those lines. But the cage is pretty much the gist of it. Big square cage, square tubing with the 4 footings. And then that should tamper-proof this. So here's the last one. So the idea for this is a rectangular cage. We put a little footing in here, small footing, small footing. The idea with this box is it's full cage. We lock with a padlock right here, and it opens. It's gonna have a hinge on that side, so the whole box just opens. Is that the last one? Oh, we got one more. Same thing here. So we got another small one here. Same thing. I think same thing here, just a smaller version. All right. That's a nice little job. So 3 backflow protectors. One of them's huge. And then 2 cages for understair storage. I gotta say that's gonna be, it's gonna be up there. I mean, I'm gonna give him my price. He probably won't even do it, but it's probably $25,000-$30,000 job minimum. And because it's all prevailing wage, so, and it's the state of California, so if I get a chance to get something back, I'm gonna get it back, or I'm not gonna do it. They get everything out of us every month, payroll, taxes, all the insurance. People don't realize how much insurance and payroll taxes we pay, and they wonder why our pricing is where it's at. But all I gotta say is, if you don't like it, hire that handyman. He doesn't have insurance, he doesn't have any of that, and he'll probably take cash. Okay, we got that squared away. We are gonna make our way back out and see how the boys are doing with the trench. I think I got a call from Mike, and he said they almost found a line, but they didn't get it. So we lucked out. We didn't break a line. But that's like, we're like magnets when it comes to stuff that's underground. When we go to start digging, it's like a magnet. We find it right away. It don't matter where we're at, what kind of job we're on. If we got to dig a hole somewhere, it's like a magnet. We're gonna find a power line or a water line or a sewer line. It's almost it's like a given that that's what you're. Yeah, I think that excavator bucket's got a water line magnet on it. But they did break it, so that's a good thing. All right. So I've been gone about, I don't know, an hour and a half. And they got to get all the way to there, so they're a little bit less than halfway. They're definitely going to get this done. Oh yeah, that's digging nicely, isn't it? Yeah. That's plenty deep. Yeah.
Yeah. Good fun.
Yeah, that one I got a little deep there, but
It's good though. Too.
Yeah, you're a little deep there. No, I mean, I was saying 16 to 18, but whatever. So when he gets here with the pipe, we're gonna get all this pipe in, and the most important thing is gonna be getting this driveway covered back in. And I really want to get all this covered in. I want to get the whole thing done.
Yeah.
So
Get the dirt done.
so you're gonna get your pipe in first. It's gonna stub up.
I had that water running.
So you're literally gonna come in and you're gonna come up with a vertical about 5 inches away from here, right here.
Okay.
Leave it, just cut it off, leave it, and then we're gonna backfill it. And then I'm gonna come in and do a tie-in right here.
All right.
Matter of fact, go ahead and just run that vertical up to right here, just in case I want to tie in at the top. I don't even care if it's a little bit longer. Well, I can just go right on those threads and make something work. I don't have to do any special
Okay.
stuff. I can just tie in right there.
Okay.
So we're gonna, when those 20 footers get here, we're gonna make this 90, get across here, get this covered, get them all back in business. We're gonna run the pipe all the way down. Super simple, just glue it together and go, throw it in the bottom. And then we're gonna come in with that wire. I wanna leave about to the top of the panel. So
Right, this panel, right?
I want the top. I want about an 8-foot piece sticking out of the ground. So I want to be able to reach the top of the panel with that. And then we're just going to lay that in there and run it all the way. They're going to run them together in the same trench.
Do you need any caution tape or anything on it?
No, because he's bringing the skid steer right now. We're going to throw the pipe, throw the wire, and we're going to cover it. We're going to backfill it all in. I want it backfilled today. I want to get to the other side of the fence.
No, I mean run some caution tape on it for like future. Like
Oh.
last time.
No,
Okay.
not on this one.
All right.
Alrighty. So we just went and had lunch. We went to Golden Bull. I should have videoed that because I kind of got a little upset. Went in there and I wanted to buy the guys lunch because we've been doing good today. So I went in there. We want to get some hamburgers. We got 3 hamburgers, 3 fries, and 3 Cokes. And she rung me up for $64. And at first I like had to take a double take on it, and then she didn't think nothing of it at $64. I guess she thought it was normal, but I said something and she goes, "Oh, let me double check that." And so she did, and she come back and it was $48. And I was looking at the prices on the combos, and they were like $13.99, which I thought it was okay. It's not cheap as it used to be, but $13.99, and so 3 of those I figured, oh, it's gonna be like $35-40. It ended up coming out to $48 for 3 hamburgers, 3 fries, and 3 Cokes. $48, and I couldn't believe it. I had to have her give me the receipt so I could look at the breakdown on it. But she wasn't lying. That's what it cost. Anyways, that was my hamburger story. So that hurt us on the tally. We had a $50 for 3 hamburgers. Kind of cut into our trade deal you know, we got this trade deal going. I'm trying to get everything done for as cheap as possible. And and these guys are over here cooking, but they didn't offer us nothing to eat, so we didn't ask. They offered us some beer earlier, but we said it was too early. But they didn't offer us any food, so we had to go get that hamburger. Anyhow, these guys, I'm gonna leave these guys. They got it figured out. They know what to do. He's got another 60 feet to go here. Get him over here to the fence. We gotta get cut through the fence, and then we'll run it under there. I'd probably run it right here, and then we're gonna turn and go that way along the fence line, and we'll have a water stub up there for that building and one here for this building. And once we do that, I got to dig a hole for the septic tank. So that I'll probably have to come out here in the morning and wrap this up, because I got to get before we're taking the Mini X back to Mammoth. So we just brought it down just to do this, and we're gonna take it right back. But I think we're still on budget, and things are going good. He's got about an hour of digging so far in this. He's more than another hour. He's going to be everywhere he needs to be. Probably get him over on the other side of it. Probably leave this in this guy's yard, because that's the thing I'm worried about, this vacant yard out here. Somebody just come in and siphon all your fuel out, or that's the problem with down here, is you got to worry about the thieves. There's a lot of thieves down here, and that's, you know, when you're doing construction, boy, you better pick your tools up every day after work, and you better not leave your keys in your equipment, and you better not leave anything laying around. And Mammoth, that's really a non-existent problem in Mammoth. I don't know if that'll ever change, but it's one of the beautiful things about working in Mammoth is that a lot of people leave stuff laying around and nobody touches it. If it don't belong to you, you don't touch it, and that's just in Mammoth, that's a known thing. It actually used to be like that in society, and it's not like that anymore. A lot of people don't know to not touch stuff that don't belong to them, and that's the problem. Yeah, he's moving right along. He got a little curve to that, so we kind of curved to come around. We don't want to have to move all this stuff, and we're looking pretty good. Looking real good. Get this done. Put the pipe in it. Get it covered. All right, so we just laid this out. You see our professional cardboard markers. We got one there and we got one over there. So that building that's right there is going to get moved over to this location right here, and then we're going to set it right here. We're going to stub our water and power right to it. Our sewer line is going to start right here where this cardboard's at, and it's going to go all the way through. It's going to actually cross right through this. What I'll probably do, and that makes more sense because this will be up off the ground anyways, I think I'm going to relocate my sewer to right here, so I can have a straight shot into the sewer here off that building and a straight shot into the sewer off that building. And then my leach line is going to start back up. Well, no, I'm going to have to go ahead and, I don't know if I'm going to have enough fall to reach that far. That's the problem. I got to have enough fall on the sewer to make it a certain amount of distance. I need an 1/8 inch per foot. So I'll have to calculate that, but I think I might be stuck putting that tank right here. And I didn't really want to cross the sewer over the power and stuff. It doesn't really matter for this project. It really doesn't matter, but it would on something else. This is all temporary. I mean, it's not going to be here for forever. He just wants to rent these out as like little offices, and then you got a little yard here, you got an office, you got power, you got an air conditioner. It's a cool idea. He's got those ones over there, and he's already rented those out, so he's on the right idea here. This whole area, he's got 160 acres here and all these buildings. He's been building them 2 or 3 every year. We did a couple of them. And he's got about 15 or 20 of them out here now. And because they got some on the other side of the street too. But I'll tell you what, at $7,500 a month, I mean, you can do the math. Take a vacant piece of property and do something like this. That's everybody's dream right there. This guy's actually doing it. He's kind of a mentor when it comes to real estate for me. He's loaned me money in the past, and I've bought property from him. He's bought property from me, and I've really watched. He's about 80 years old, and I watch what he does and try to mimic it. You know, you see somebody doing good, and you want to do good too. So like, we do this sweat equity stuff for him. Doesn't cost him anything to get the stuff in. He's got a bunch of junk that he doesn't really want, and I don't really need it, but it was a good enough deal where I'll take it and I'll put some of the stuff up for sale, and I'll get some of the money back, and I'll keep what I want, and I'm happy about it as long as we stay in budget. And like I said, by the end of today, with all the material and everything, we're gonna be about $5 grand deep in it, so it ain't too bad.